I'm a huge napper. I love naps, and my nap. I think we talked about this. I think my naps can go past the 2 hour mark if given
Oh,
the right conditions.
yeah.
Raining, dim outside, fresh sheets, all the elements of those combined into one make a really, really great nap for me. So I have fresh sheets. It was raining, and I was just fighting so hard to not do it because I was scared that I was gonna wake up really late and really groggy and just not have that kind of you know pod energy. You know,
That hog energy?
The hog energy.
the hog
Pod.
energy, the pod
Podcasts like
energy.
what we're doing right now.
I thought he said hog, Hog, like pig energy.
Oh, H, yeah.
That hog energy, like oink oink oink.
Oh, you thought
That
it was a
shouts,
H, not a P.
not a pea, not a pod.
What's going on,
See,
guys? Oh, so let me before we talk about the main thing, you have a little banter, and then let's give a little update on because last time we were talking about my audition.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, I
and
meant to
then
message you. Shit.
uh, um, obviously I'm still here, so I didn't get it. No, but I just wanted to talk about how yeah, it's said to bring your own bowl and spoon, which obviously means I'm going to be eating some ice cream. For those of you who didn't listen last episode, I got a call back for an audition for an ice cream commercial, and I'm like most Asians I know, I'm lactose intolerant, and I lied on my I guess not resume, but just lied saying that I don't have any allergies to dairy, and had to go in there and eat some ice cream at 9:30 in the morning on an empty stomach. Um, but yeah, no,
Yep.
it was just kind of an awkward setup. I think that audition was that commercial was more so based on the main focus are kids eating ice cream, and then the two parents are in the back, and then usually in those situations they pair you up with random people who are there. Um, my wife was, I believe, Peruvian, and one of my kids was black, and the other was a white child, a white girl. Um, whatever.
so your
But
comfort food's ice cream because you're like, how did I end up with a black baby,
Should
wifey?
have
yeah, I was so
you should have, yeah,
whatever.
hijack the audition and just make it all about like you and your
Yeah,
wife cheating on you with a black and a white.
I just bring it up now. I don't like
Like
the
you're like
kids
none of
are
them.
7 or 8 or whatever. I'm like, he
Why do
made to
none of them
ask.
look
Seeing as how
Chinese?
they're distracted with this delicious ice cream, I
I was
thought
also
I'd ask.
confused because in the waiting room there were Asian families. There were Chinese. There was a Chinese girl, and I was, I got there and I'm signing in, and in my head I'm like, well, obviously I'm gonna be with this girl, you know, come on. But I guess they're very,
Yeah.
they're very, Vancouver's a very multicultural city. Maybe they just wanted to try different looks. But yeah, it was just
Mhm.
two kids in the front, the parents in the back. They had to run towards camera and have this excited kind of feel or look, and then you take a giant scoop of ice cream and you eat it. And I did that a few times, and I immediately felt grumblings in my stomach. Maybe it's because they had Breyer's vanilla ice cream, which is like
Mm,
one of the low,
delicious.
no, it's like one of the lower
But
end ice cream.
It's like the most chemically one,
that's
isn't it? Like it's like a
No,
McDonald's
vanilla ice
cheeseburger.
cream
It
is vanilla
never.
ice cream.
it's weird because the consistency and texture of Breyer's vanilla ice cream is I don't know how to describe it. It's like soft and fluffy almost, whereas I like a more
Oh, sounds
dense hard
delicious.
one. It's almost like cream. Like like I don't know how to
He's
describe
not
it. It's
talking
like
about the ice cream, people. A dense
Dense
hard
and
one.
hard.
but
You said
needless
it,
to
bro.
say, that's right. Yeah, I did. I kind of knew when I left. I'm like, yeah, it didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. So, whatever.
Did you
Here
take
I
How
am.
is
Kristen's advice though?
how are the kid actors?
Oh, oh. Uh, the girl, I believe, has one of those. What do you call those? Like the moms that are very like intense and like kind of coach them through everything. Like remember to do this, that
The
kind of thing.
momager or whatever it is. The
Like a
momager.
mummy manager,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
momager. Yeah.
Because she looked like she had a really forced smile, and then when you go up to to your mark to slate, she skipped to the thing and like a really like I'm doing an action for those listening, but it's a very exaggerated skip, and she had a really bright smile on her face, and yeah, it kind of made the camera operator and the casting director kind of laugh and kind of stuff, and but it was a little bit awkward because she's like, "Hi, my name is so and so. I'm 7 years old." Hands, and then she kind of looked like awkward and then skipped away like that. And then the
Did I
other
say it
kid was
right?
completely opposite. Very too cool for school kind of thing. He has his hands in his pockets, like, "Hey, I'm Andrew, and I'm 8 years old." Like very opposite. And so the
Hmm.
note they gave all the kids was, "You're really excited for ice cream. You get to eat ice cream." And yeah, that boy was just you know, not giving them anything.
It's like
It was
So
cool
ice cream.
ice
Yeah,
cream. Yeah.
it's good.
yeah. Do I
It's
have to? That kind
it's
of thing.
I asked because Jocelyn has been talking recently about wanting to start acting.
Yeah.
So I wonder how she would be in a situation like that.
Has she had any previous experience doing plays or school stuff? Um, you know,
Um, Maybe very minimal school stuff, but when she asked me, she's like, "Can you write me a monologue?"
whoa.
Because she's got this big whiteboard in her room, and I was like, "Oh, honey, like I'm not, I can't just like I'm gonna have time to think about it, like to just write a monologue, um, with no context, like starting with no context, just for her to act." And she's like, "Oh," she kept on me about it, and so I was like, "Okay, it's much easier for me to write a scene." So I wrote this scene with her on this whiteboard, and it ended up like turning out to be really heavy. And I was like, "Oh, whatever." And so like there's a serious range with her, and she helped me write it, and it was anyway. So we did it, and I was like, "Wow." Like she was actually really good. I was really impressed with how she was able to uh, move through her different emotions. And we kind of like workshopped it a bit, and I gave her some notes. Anyways, and then she got so excited about it and she wanted to go show everybody. And this is like bedtime. So we showed Elsie, and Elsie's 6, right? She's like, "Oh, cool." But then we went and showed Kate, and like it was just like she was so excited about it and fearless. And like I said, it was pretty heavy content. So I was like, "Oh, she might actually be pretty good at this." But
Yeah.
mostly she'd probably be going out for like commercial bits, like what you're talking about.
Yeah. So have you talked to Kate about
Oh,
doing it or like putting her
we've
into an agency
yeah,
or
we've
something?
talked about it. Yeah, we've talked about it quite a few times. I just don't know because her gymnastics is 25 hours a week. Plus, she's got full-time school on top of that. So I just don't know. Like, she would have to be prepared for it to, because if you book something or audition for something, you kind of have to miss your other stuff.
Yeah.
And she loves gymnastics so much. So I just don't know how the two would coincide. But really, like if she's anything like her father, she's gonna do it for 10 years and never book anything in her life. So she'll be fine.
Okay. That's
You
not
book
true. That's
things.
not true. I think it's I think it might be well, you're right because of her schedule, but I think nowadays it's a little bit more easy to go audition because it's taped. But then of course, once you get
Right.
past that, then you have to go in for casting, sorry, callback, and then, obviously miss school once she books it. But then,
Yeah.
is there like an off time for gymnastics? Or does she kind of pretty much do it all year round?
Yeah, no, there is. She gets the first 2 weeks of July off.
She gets 2 weeks off?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
And I
Big
guess she
trap.
gets yeah.
So
And I think she gets a week off at Christmas, maybe 2 weeks off at Christmas.
Nice.
so much time off. Fill those gaps with acting projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just
Yeah,
have
why
to
not?
do a short film, and then she doesn't even have to worry about auditioning. She can just be like, be in a project we do for her.
That, you know what? I talked to her about that, and that's actually one of the first things I thought was we could just write a little scene, like a full scene or something, or a couple scenes, and just shoot it. But I guess if like time, okay, so she has physical time off the first 2 weeks of July, but all summer it's not competition season, so there's no competitions over the summer. I'd say the first competitions usually start up, like the gymnastics season is basically the school year. So from September till the end of June. So that's when you'll have competitions and BC championships, Westerns, nationals if she ever gets there. Like that's sort of when that time of year when it happens.
Right. Right. Speaking of
So even though
sort
she
of
has
like,
training all summer, yeah.
no, but I was gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
speaking of like busy schedules and the school projects, Hayden, how's your schooling going lately?
I'm still on like break, I guess it would be technically.
Oh, you still have break?
Yeah, well they do.
How long's your break?
It's technically a whole session's length, so it'll be
Like a semester? Like,
like 3 months almost.
oh, 3 months. Oh, okay.
It's
Oh, okay.
I could have kept going, but they were like, oh, this November to February session is really just for people that want to like get ahead or accelerate their schooling. And I was like, well, it's the Christmas period, so it's busy already, so I'm gonna not do anything, and then I'll just pick up in February, I think, when it starts up again. So, but I passed my classes with flying colors. Not flying.
Did you say
colours.
before is you either get a,
Oh boy, you
is
said
it a
that so
pass fail?
enthusiastically.
Hang on. I got Justin. Shall we
No,
say?
answer at the same time.
At the same time.
Answer. Okay. That's what
Yeah.
I was, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. No, I
No,
got.
I asked if it was a pass fail thing where you actually get, or do you actually get marks?
You get. So I don't know what it's like here, but once you get out of high school and college, they don't do the A, B, C, D, E, F grades anymore. It's like high distinction, credit,
Oh, right.
pass, satisfactory, fail, or something. So I think I got. Well, I know each assessment I got better markings, but I didn't get a final grade yet because I haven't finished the prerequisite classes, which are all like academic integrity and all of that stuff. So once I do those, they're like they're not worth anything, but you have to do them in order to get your final transcript, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like these are all of the things that you need to do before you start your schooling. But you don't have to do them now. You can do them right before you graduate, if that's when you wanted to do them. But they withhold your full transcript scores until you do them. So I can guesstimate what I got because I got credits in all of my assessments. So I'm obviously going to have an overall credit score, which is, I guess it's like a B. equivalent of a B.
Mm.
It's been a long, long time since I sat down and opened a textbook, so I was pretty chuffed with myself.
It seems like you're taking this course a little bit, loosey goosey. But speaking of Lucy,
Speaking of Lucy,
Oh, you set yourself up. Does that really count? Set yourself up.
yes,
of course it
somebody's
does.
got to do it.
What do they call it?
yeah,
Alley-oop
we are
to
here
yourself.
today to talk about episode 6 of Fallout Season 2.
Two.
There's only a few more episodes left. 6, 7. Oh God. There's 7 and 8 left.
6, 7.
No, I wanted to blaze right through that. 2 more
You
episodes left
stole.
after today. And yeah, heading towards the direction that I obviously didn't really predict. I didn't predict or know anything about the kind of creepy what's that actor's name who played
Ron
Hellboy?
Perlman.
Yes, thank you.
Is that Ron Perlston?
Perlman?
Perlman. Yeah.
Perlman, yeah. I picked his voice straight away. I
Ron
was like, that's
Perlman,
Ron
yeah.
Perlman.
Yeah.
Same, and
And
when
the
they
whole-
when they showed him, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay, that's got to be Ron Perlman. It's got to be Ron Perlman. I never even thought from Hellboy Hayden. I was thinking from
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. And I'm jumping all over the place, but I just from what I remember. But when the Ghoul, he had that moment where he's about to go through the top, and he drops back down, and he seems like he's about to die. He's reciting things to remind him that he's human before turning into a Ghoul, and then you see a little ominous sort of creature in the foreground, and I thought it was a death claw.
So did I.
And then, right?
They let him out at
And
night.
then, and then he got, I guess you can say, rescued and then brought back to some hidden dungeon place.
I was not. This episode, it felt busy to me. Like they did. I don't know what the total time would equate to for a lot of the different storylines going on, but they didn't stay on any storyline too long. I felt like it was, you could feel, or it sort of felt like we're getting towards the end of a season and they're going to be wrapping things up. They're getting, all the characters back to the same place again, so they can be together for the end of the season, kind of where they left and started this season, like kind of dispersing from one another. They're slowly coming back. And I thought, what an interesting time, because if they're going to do a season 3, right, you sort of need to, I guess they're starting to open the door for where that might go, because we made predictions last week, or what we wanted to see, or how we thought maybe it would go and end. And and then here we are 2 episodes from the end, and they introduce a brand new character, a brand new species, who makes a comment that is kind of reinforces what we maybe thought about the Ghoul, is how they were possibly like human made. Maybe there's that whatever it was, evolutionary virus that they were talking about last episode. And they opened that up like 3 episodes from the end, and it wasn't even like it went anywhere. It was like, he kidnapped him, saved him, brought him back to his safe house, offered him to work together. The Ghoul says no, and he's like, okay, well then you can't know where our cave is, and knocks him out and drops him off. You're like, what? Like, that was it? It's just literally to introduce him. So he's definitely going to be back, but I don't know. To me, it just felt kind of, I don't want to say all over the place, because that makes it sound negative,
Right.
but it was, I don't know how to explain it without making it sound bad, but I just felt like, it was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, no, there was a lot going on, but I do feel that they sometimes, because it's not just different groups of characters, but it's also different times, right? They did a lot of flashbacking, et cetera, et cetera. And I usually with my modern day attention span to things, I can't. I sometimes get lost if they do a poor job editing or the direction of things. I'll be like, oh, is this the future? Is this the, or what? Like, what's happening now? But obviously, it does help when you have a fucking ghoul that looks like that in a regular person. But however, what I'm trying to say is their transition between the past and present, I thought they did a really good job in terms of keeping it organized.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, I understand what you're saying when you're saying that there's a lot going on, but yeah, I didn't feel messy to me.
Yeah,
Uh,
it didn't feel messy. That's a good way of
yeah,
putting it. There's a
and
lot. Yeah.
yeah, and then just the way you're saying that, yeah, everything's kind of converging together. At the end of the episode, you see Thaddeus and Maximus being led by the dog to the ghoul, so they're gonna be together. They're all looking for Lucy,
And
and
she's
so
still in Vegas.
right, right,
And I like too how you found out a little bit of the information more about Barb, the ghoul, or Cooper as a human, his wife, because up until this episode, all we saw was from him when he was spying on her and had the earpiece and the microphone. He was the one that heard her say, "We should drop the bomb," and that's all we knew as the audience, right? And so we got a little more backstory into her and how she had actually met the scientist who had the injection of the cold fusion in his neck, who had the head cut off by Lucy,
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
in the elevator, saying with his little spiel to her, basically saying, "We have to go along with this, or you know, bad things are gonna happen." And so that was kind of like the first time we saw a different version of her delivery and speech of, "Unless we're the ones who dropped the bomb," which which I like, because it gives you a bit more reason to like her and
Yeah.
support her and support him in finding her, because up until this point it's just like, okay, like, she's your wife, you love her, but she, even like he said when he found out, when in the past when he was having that conversation with her, like, would you do that? Kill millions, billions of people, millions of kids, just like you're saying you're doing it to save our kid, but you're killing millions of kids just like us and parents. um so that's the only side of her we really knew, but now there's this, like, oh, maybe she was coerced into doing it, or I still think there's more information there. Like Robert House said he wasn't one to drop the bomb, and in the past we're seeing um people like presenting to her at Vault Tech, like how they're going to do it, or what technology, how we can control water supply. Like everybody's got their pitch of what they're going to do in this post-apocalyptic world. So I
Right.
like that. I like that they kind of showed that part of Barb, because at first you're like, I can't believe she's like this. She's the one to drop the bomb, and then she's just all of a sudden becomes this evil person, but she doesn't seem like an evil person. And now we're seeing like, oh, okay, like really, she's not an evil person. Like what really happened here?
Well, even he calls her, I think when they're talking about it, he calls her a monster at one point, essentially. And then I
Yeah,
think when you learn more about, she's pretty much having to do this thing, like almost like a no choice situation. I think this kind of episode just
hmm
humanizes her in a way. Yeah, you're right. Kind of gives her
yeah.
more support, and you sympathize with her. So yeah, it makes it easier for us to not just dislike her.
To
Well,
give
they
a
did
shit.
a
Yeah,
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 they did a good. Well, she let us know that we don't know who the actual bad dude or dudes or ladies are, because Coop was like, when he called her the monster, she's like, me, I'm a monster, and then they had the conversation, and then he's like, I know, and she's like, I don't know who's in charge. She doesn't know. She's high up on the board,
yeah.
but she has no idea who's actually calling the shots. And same with House. He's like, oh, you think that I was trying to sell you on the idea of these chipped people? It's like, no, it's the other way around. Vault-Tec's buying it from me. But I'm not going to tell you who asked me to do that.
Yeah, it
So
says you're paying me or
Yeah.
whatever.
So he's a higher up than she is. And then, the scientist dude's giving her the warnings. It did make me wonder, though. The scientist that we met in, episode 1, season 1, was injected with cold fusion. Yet we see Lucy's dad in the past also has cold fusion in his neck. So I'm wondering if every member of the original management board has a piece of cold fusion in their neck. So does Barb have some in her, or is there
That's a
only
good
one?
question.
Is there only one lot of it that's just like being cycled around? But even now, no one has it except for Maximus has it, but that's it.
Right.
Which was a funny
There's
part.
one-
He's gonna give it to somebody good.
Well, Thaddeus wants him to just sell it. Don't you just want to sell it?
Yeah.
So much money for that.
Oh,
So many
trade it.
caps.
Yeah, we'll trade it.
There is one part because like right now, they mentioned the Enclave, right?
Yes.
And so is that, are we to understand that that's like a group of people that's kind of the ones that are controlling everything? Is that
I'm
what we're
guessing
kind
so.
of-
They're like the top dogs, and they're all in charge of. They're the ones that get to experiment on their groupings of vaults. I'm guessing.
Right. And okay, so I don't know if you remember, there's in the first episode of this season when Hank, the dad, gets to that facility by himself. There's a part where he's talking into an intercom, and he's like, how like kind of pretty much like, I want you guys to be pleased with my work or whatever. I can't remember his speech, but I feel like he's talking to those people. I feel like he's like fulfilling what they want him to do. I think coming up in the next couple of episodes, we'll obviously find out more. But I think this, I guess at this point we don't really know much about the Enclave. We just know that they're like the puppeteers, so to speak. But I think I just have a weird feeling that that kind of speech was directed or talking to them.
Yeah, it's almost like he was leaving them a message. That's sort of the impression I got.
Right.
And I think is there work the mind control, because that's what the ultimate, like we talked about the chip last episode because we've been slowly getting introduced to it, and they called it the automated man. That was the big pitch, right, for that chip. I've spent all my life, so many years, dedicated to try and making robots more like people. Then they realize they can make this chip and then just make a robot, the automated man. And so I wonder if that's that's obviously what the vision is. Right. We see them in this episode, how, humans, when they have that chip working effectively, just got to the point
efficient
where, he conned Lucy into pushing the button on the 2 Legion members that were trying to kill each other.
That's right.
So I wonder if she's gonna have a point. The first thing I thought was all those people acting when they had the chips in, was they were acting exactly like the people in the vault. Just that,
Yeah.
Ho hum,
You're right.
everything's great. We all love each other, and we're gonna help each other.
I did enjoy.
Basically, turned them all into Mormons, if you think about it.
Oh, the Mormons. Build a barn in a day.
Hey, nice, friendly.
They did a very, I guess, clever but also annoying little bit of writing. When Lucy was like, "Where'd you find all these people?" And Hank was just like, "Oh, if they're everywhere." Because I all we've been introduced to so far are weirdos and like radiated people and just all kinds of loopy folks. And then there's all of a sudden there's a whole room full of like normies, you know, they don't seem to have anything wrong with them. I guess, of course, they are all chipped up, so they're all going to be acting
They're
a
chipped.
certain way. But I'm like, where
'Cause
are
don't you
all the
remember
normal?
that he goes around, but he goes around and he's like, remember one of the women's was like a murderer, and the other one used to like boil humans for soup, and like, yeah, I used to do this. Da, 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 da.
He's just
So I
like,
wouldn't say
Yeah,
they're
I
normal. I
forgot
think
about
they're
that.
normal because of the chip.
yeah.
And that's the point that he's proving to Lucy, right? Is like, hey, all these messed up people that are out there on the surface committing atrocities, we can just put a chip in them, and look how nice and kind everybody is to one another, and there's no war, and there's humanity,
I wonder how that kind of scenario goes. Is he kind of like
which
Jehovah's Witness? He's
leads to a
like,
good argument.
Yeah, it does.
what I was saying,
What-
Justin, in terms of linking Hank to Jehovah's Witness, I was just curious as to how that would go about him finding the people to chip. It was like Hank like walking around with like a little book going, "Can I talk to you about our Lord and Savior, you know, Robert House, Robotech chips, whatever they're called." And they're like, "Huh?
Anybody
What?
who tries to kill him, tries to kill him gets a chip.
Just look down for a second. Whack on the back of the neck. Okay, we're good now."
Yeah. I actually didn't even think much about it, which is like, I don't know. I usually notice these things, but like, oh yeah, cool. It just in my head, it's like, oh, it's turned into a factory now. But then yeah, it's like, how the fuck did all those people show up? What I kind of had a question though when I was watching this. What do you guys think of if there, we live in a world where there are some really bad people.
Yep.
How would you feel if instead of someone getting the death penalty, they got a chip inserted? You know what I mean?
Nah, I wouldn't like it.
Like you just you would just prefer them not to be in this world.
Well, Justin
No,
would
I didn't say
probably
that.
enjoy it if the chip still had the function to explode heads. So if
Yeah.
they ever
Yeah.
got out of line, you
Oh,
just
yeah.
turn that
Classic.
little bit
Yeah.
extra, that little bit extra.
Thank you, Hayden. Thank you. That's exactly it. Like, what version of the chip are we on, Sha? Like the original version?
No, I'm talking about the version where you can control them. They can do good.
No, I think that's no, I wouldn't like that. And here's why. Because I think if we don't have death row in Canada, but if you have committed crime equivalent to that, which would equal you capital punishment, I feel like chipping them is an easy way out for them. They're not really paying for their crimes. Who knows how aware they really are? What's going on? Does it make them nice? But then what is that like for the families of the victims to see these people chipped and being nice? And I wouldn't see them fucking rotting in a cell. Like, and that's another reason I'm not for capital punishment. Let them rot. Let them sit in jail for 70 years, if that's how long they make it. Just 23 hours in a cell every day. Well, but that costs the taxpayer money. So be it. Happy to pay to have bad people rot in a cell. That's my opinion.
No, that's true. That's
and
a
also,
good
I don't
point.
know how you can justify. That is a good point. Thank you. I don't know how you can. I've always wondered how you could justify telling somebody that murder is bad by then murdering them. That's always seemed weird.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. I do. There are people out there that deserve to die. I also do believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Maybe
do
that's why-
believe it was Batman that said killing a murderer doesn't alleviate the world of one less murderer.
Yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth, Batman.
Good old
Yeah.
Batman.
Good old Batman. Good old Batman. And if you
Which Batman said that?
honestly, if you take some
Comic book Batman.
murderer, insert a chip into a murderer, and you're like, okay, now you have to do, janitorial work at fucking Alcatraz for the rest of your life. Now you're taking jobs from normal people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
totally.
it's just
From
like,
immigrants
And also, you know
to
what?
stereotype the
You can
janitor.
you can still force them to do that kind of work without a chip if they're in jail.
Yeah.
well, that's true.
You want your yard
true.
time, you got to clean up the shit.
Yeah.
But then
Where are you
the
with
only
that one?
difference is like they would do it happily versus like, potentially like lashing out and like attacking guards and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
No. Just a
What
side
side of
thought.
the fence are you on, Shao? Hayden, we know you're on the fence, but
No, I think you're right. I think you I thought at first when I watched that, I'm like, it would be an interesting idea, but no, you're right. I think at the end of the day, that's not the
I
right way
don't
to
think
go.
that it would be best used on criminals for the reasons I stated, but I think it would be best used on people who had differing opinions than myself.
Yeah.
You know? You think differently? Yeah, here's a
So,
chip.
so
Here's
after
the
the
chip.
episode where we dissected Wallace and Gromit,
Oh
Justin's like,
God.
"Fuck, Shao and Hayden both need chips in
Yeah.
their fucking
Yeah,
necks."
exactly. Yeah. You're getting my point now. I love it.
Yes, yes, I understand. I understand fully now. Um, so yeah,
Hey,
do you
what
guys
is
have?
up with what was up with we talked about the mutant. We kind of just brushed over him a bit though. I want to go back to him for a bit because we also learned that there's these mutants that are like ghouls, he said. They have a common goal. But what was that? Like the ghoul had a giant hole in him and this mutant shoved a brick of uranium in the hole in his chest and he's better now. Does that mean he's better for good? Because he doesn't have his vials, right? I mean, I guess we'll find that out because the episode ended with Maximus and Thaddeus finding him, but like he was going feral, like by
Yep.
being on that stake. So I guess we kind of learned how long he can go without a vial, maybe like 12 hours, or I don't know how long. It was daytime when he got hit on there and a bunch of stuff happened, and it was nighttime when he was, or kind of dusk when he started going feral. So I wonder if he's still going to need his vials or if that uranium core, because why else would you put that in him? Maybe just to seal the hole. Like I don't quite know
kinda
where
like-
the uranium comes in because they made it very specific. Like they made it not specific, but they made a point of making sure us, the audience, knew it was uranium that was going in.
I wonder if that's something to do with the game. That I have no idea, but I do know they are still very, what's that word? They very game accurate, I guess is what I wanted to say.
Right.
So maybe the uranium in the game can cure ghoulism or something, or fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good point. While you guys talk about that, I'm gonna see if our research team can look into that.
Well, I was thinking it's kind of like his version of Tony Stark's arc reactor, in his chest. It's like, here you go.
Dude,
Boom! It's going to give him some
That's literally-
gnarly powers.
that's literally my note that I have. The second note in there, Iron Man core. It's like that's exactly what I thought too.
Because, I mean, talking on Mr. Mutant, Mr. Ron Perlman, maybe, I think that is a little bit of a hint saying that he and the Ghoul are of the same ilk. In that maybe they are different versions of, what are they called, Shao? The Vault Overseer people? Not the Covenant, what'd you call them?
The Enclave.
The Enclave. Maybe they are the various Enclave's experiments on their Vault people. Which, okay, I'm just going to sidestep a little bit on that while Shao's still researching. It kind of shows how fucked up humanity can be. Like, these people are so money hungry that they're like, you know what, let's create a nuclear fallout and then we'll be able to create all of these little side shoots just to make us money. But then on top of that, they're like, you can do whatever you want with the people in your vaults.
Yeah.
Not for like the, sake of saving humanity. It's just like, yeah, you want to experiment? Go ahead. Like, because ultimately, if all experiments succeeded and you end up with death claws and ghouls and mutants and, normal looking humans and all other things, ultimately they're all going to end up in a war anyway, because they're going to be fighting one another to see who's the ultimate experiment.
Because they talked to in the last episode about the forced evolutionary virus. Remember, they found that in the Barb's, the Ghoul Coop's wife's computer. So, and which we thought was maybe how the ghouls came about, and then the mutant. Like, I wonder if he's an earlier variation of it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that mutants would be, from comic books telling us, would be the ultimate way for humans to adapt and survive. If they were able to, maybe that's where the uranium comes in. If they were getting all treated on uranium is the core of a nuclear bomb. So if they were safely able to survive with uranium in them, when the bombs dropped, they'd be fine. They'd be like the cockroaches of humanity.
So in the in-game mechanics, cockroaches of humanity. That's right. In the in-game mechanics, eating uranium is not safe. Obviously, it's toxic and would poison a ghoul or human. However, radiation exposure from uranium can heal ghouls, which is consistent with the lore. And it says that ghouls in the Fallout universe are known to be sustained by radiation. And in Fallout, the TV series, the characters, it is implied to use uranium to enhance healing and reduce dependency on chemicals.
So I wonder if that's like, so is there uranium in the puffer in the vials? No, because it says don't eat it.
Yeah,
just get sprayed with it.
So I guess I'm not sure if he still needs those puffers, but it does say it reduces dependency on them.
So maybe once his gaping hole is healed over, he can take the uranium out, store it in his satchel, and then when he needs it again, he just pulls it out and sticks it in a hole in his body. And
maybe take it out and stick it in a hole. Quick, put this in a hole. Lucy, I need you to do this now. I was about to keep spiraling down there, but I'm gonna refocus because there is something I want to say. Or maybe it's like maybe it's a slow release uranium he put in him, so it's like having like a slow release Tylenol or something. So it's just continuously releasing that healing juices into him.
Yeah, and it'll just dunk, pop out of him when he's all sealed back up.
Just shit it out when he's fully healed. No, but I mean like
that's a brick of uranium.
I don't mean like physically healed, Hayden, as in the whole. I mean his reliance on medicine. Like this is just because if uranium helps relieve your dependency on that, if he has that in him, then it's just constantly releasing.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word. Yeah.
Justin, do you have any thoughts on this episode's Lucy?
She didn't bother me. She's very decisive. Even like when she woke up, it's like, hey, Dad left a note. Call me. No, she's like, goes to find him. I feel, and then wasn't gonna try and talk her way through the Legion members when they were coming down the hall. She grabbed the fire extinguisher and she was gonna attack them, but then obviously when they came into contact with each other, they weren't the Legion like she knew before. They were friendly and nice, and because obviously they were chipped. And then even when she went to her dad and pulled the scissors on him and was like, I'm taking you to Vault 33 to stand trial, like, even though it seemed like kind of silly in a way, like, I don't know if silly is the right word, but because she's always been about the rules and the golden rule, and so that we didn't lose that part of her, because she still wants to bring him to justice at the vault, so she still stands by all that stuff. But I don't know, it was done in a way that wasn't, previous Lucy was very kind of like, oh, we're gonna do this because it's the right thing to do. It was kind of like,
Right.
we're gonna fucking do this, and I'm gonna take you there because it's the right thing to do. It was more like earthed in sort of the reality of her situation than this fantasy little world that she thought life was. So she's still the same person, but I think how she's carries herself now is different, and like she really didn't want to use that mind control button.
Oh yeah.
On the later Legion members that we meet. But I'm really interested in Hank, the dad, because he's being very manipulative, and I think it's even catching Lucy off guard, because
all the mind games.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you, and he's like, okay, well, here you go, like, you should use these, and gives her the handcuffs.
Yeah, and
what
he was
are you
like,
doing?
he's like, I thought the outside changed you, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like he was like saying all
Yeah,
these little things that he's like, almost in a weird, cryptic, I'm
yeah,
proud of you kind of way. Like, okay, let's do it.
yeah,
I'm like, oh God, that's like the worst thing that can happen.
yeah. He's not fighting it. He's going along, and I think it's like he's definitely trying to work her over somehow. Now is he gonna let her take him there, or I mean, are we even gonna get that far? Is something else gonna happen that would stop them? But he's up to something. I mean, I know he's trying to show her the value in the chip, and trying to get her on his side for using it. And he's, because all Lucy wants is for people to be like how the people who are chipped are acting, nice and kind and loving to one another and helpful. Like, that's what she wants. So I think he's definitely working some angles to manipulate her there.
Yeah, I just remembered actually that we didn't at all see Norm, the brother, in this episode, but we did have a little bit of a vault scene with is it Betty? No. Is it
Betty's the overseer, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Shutting down the like what do you call it? Like
the incest
twincest or whatever operation.
Yeah.
Hayden, what do you think is I wouldn't say end game, but what do you think that storyline is going towards? I'm talking about like the vault storyline.
I was going to just bring this up because I thought it was very curious that from all that we had seen of the vault, going all the way back to the start of season 1, yeah, we see the inhabitants skillfully trained in combat and whatnot, but it all seems sort of utopian to a degree. This episode, there's suddenly a very, very aggressive police force. And I'm like, where have these people been? Where were they when the raiders came in? Like, why is there all of a sudden these like really angry, aggressive law enforcement officials they just come out of nowhere? Or did Betty go around recruiting people, going, hey, they're stealing our food and resources to have this, like, incest is not your fault, but it's your existence parties, So I think there's going to be a bit of a revolt between the people in 33 because old mate because he was the one that pulled himself off the ballot to be an overseer because he didn't think he had it in him. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I don't. But his buddy that did go for it is now missing because he overheard some things that he shouldn't have. We don't know what happened to him. We don't know if he was killed or if he's being held captive in 31. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a civil war in Vault 33. There's obviously new beginnings in 32, so we don't know what's going on over there yet. Oh no, we do.
Oh, Chet's getting married.
Yeah, Chet's getting married, and he does not want to get married.
News to him.
Yeah. I have a feeling that Chet's going, because he used to be a Vault door overseer person. I have a feeling he's going to let himself out, and he's going to try and find Norm. Not Norm. Yeah, Norm, the brother.
Yeah, Norm, the brother, yeah.
I have a feeling he's going to do the Bundy, because he's got to get away from psycho baby mama. Like, he didn't even get none of that. And then he's having to deal with the kid and the craziness of it. So I think he's going to
So if he was getting if he was hitting that, do you think he should stay?
I think he might be entitled to stay if it was because he was excited about it at the time that he was, when she was still pregnant. He was like, oh yeah, here we go. All of that? And then he was like, oh shit, hang on. I don't want to dress up like your dead husband. I don't want to marry you. I don't want to raise this kid. He's not even mine, even though you're telling everybody that he looks just like me. So I think there will be some kind of, 33 and 32. Actually, we don't know what else 32 is doing yet. Do we? We don't know what else they're doing.
No, but don't they have control of the water?
They have their own water supply. Yeah. And she's like, we're not going to give you any. She's going to hold it over their head. And 31 no longer.
They're all on the surface.
Yeah. They all got unfrozened. So yeah, I think
real word.
Frozened with a D. Gotta love the D. Get it in there when you can.
Clip that one.
Clip that one. It's as clear as a bucket of
soup.
Pea soup. No, a bucket of cum, you fools. A bucket of cum.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You know, if you were really to think about
there's a little.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
That would be.
Lot. There's a little record scratch down here.
Let's just take a minute and let's just get into this. How long do you think it would take? Because I'm going to tell you a story about a guy I knew in high school.
His name was
high school.
His name was Tustin Jernbull.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. But what you mean, like a standard sort of like Home Depot bucket, like the big ones?
No, the big freaking
the big ones where people used to
paint bucket.
5 gallon. Yeah,
is that the ones where people drum on the streets?
How long do you think that would take? Yeah, because I knew a guy in high school and he tried to do, the little tubular M&M things that you could get. It's like a little tube and it had M&Ms in it.
M&M minis, yeah.
Yeah. He was trying to,
Oh my God.
And he's like, did he mark on the outside of it, bring to school every day? Like, I'm up to here.
Yeah. And I mean, the most awkward part is somebody always had to be there as a witness, right? Because you don't want him to cheat. So, no, I wonder.
How big are those buckets? Like, is it just 5 gallons?
5 gallons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like 5 milk jugs.
So that's 20 liters about.
Get the research team on it. See how many.
He's looking at that. What's the standard amount of fluid that comes out of one male human? These are
the hard hitting questions that we solve on this podcast.
Yeah, and then if you think about it, in the Fallout universe, are they radiated? Are they going to have more of it? Are they?
Yeah, are they going to be massive? Okay, Chow, when you have an answer, let Hayden and I guess.
Yep. Okay. So
is it broken down?
you don't want any information, right? You don't want any sort of
Is it broken down by how many times you have to do it? I think that's the question that we need to answer is how many sessions.
how many
would it
ejaculations?
take? Okay, we don't have to use that word. Sessions was fine. We could just go with sessions.
We're being scientific. He's being
We all
very
know.
scientific about it. Very scientific.
Okay.
Look at him.
The proper word. He's got the lab coat on and everything.
Is that what we're guessing, Shao?
I mean, he is Asian. He's definitely going to be the doctor of the three of us.
Yes. Okay.
And he played one on TV.
Because there's different answers you can give. It's how many sessions or the time required, as in like how many years. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I
Yes.
like this. First, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. First, let's do sessions.
Yep.
And then we'll get the answer. And then based on that answer, Hayden will try and figure out how many years equates to that many sessions.
Now, are we talking about just one person or like collectively?
Susan, yeah, like call your buddies
It's one
over.
person.
Hey,
It's one,
Yeah, I'm
it's
like-
a circle jerk thing.
But it's a
You wanna
okay.
come over
Are
and watch
we
the
talking about
football
real world
game
now? Or are we talking about if we were in Fallout universe where
no, real
it de-
world, real world.
it depended? It depended on the survival of humanity. Everyone in the vault, get your dicks out.
No,
We're going to the
it's
bucket.
Just one. We're just doing one person. If we all had a bucket,
I don't want
how,
to be in Hayden's
how
vault.
many? No, not at all. Not at all.
All right,
It just
no,
it
sure.
reminded me of South Park where they were like trying to kill all the aliens that came back in time, you know, from the future. Sorry, they're like, everybody in the get in the big gay pile. So everybody get into the big
Don't think I
circle
watched
jerk.
that one.
Has anybody else noticed that there's no women in this vault?
Yeah.
You
Where
Hayden.
are-
All right, everybody.
All right.
Get your dicks
It was
out.
by design. This was my experiment. If we could make
Okay.
ourselves
We don't leave till
asexual,
this
we don't
pail
need
is
women.
full.
Okay, so how many
okay.
sessions do you guys think?
Oh my gosh. And I'm not even gonna try and do math because in my head I'd be like, okay, 5 gallons, and then I would make a guess of how many fluid ounces come, pun not intended, but it works, with the sesh, and then do the math. So I could probably get a more realistic guess, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna just throw a number out there. I have no idea if this is gonna be close or not. I'm gonna say 64,000.
Sessions.
And that could, I don't know if that's like really high or really low. I really don't know. I feel it sounds a bit high.
Hayden,
Whatever.
what's your prediction?
I don't know because I can't do the conversion of gallons into
No,
liters.
me neither. That's why I just threw out a number.
So
Well, you don't need this yet. You just need to know how many times.
how many times? I would have to go high too, like, but I'm not going to go quite as high, which means I'll probably be further away from the answer. So I was just going to say like 32,000 sessions.
Exactly half.
Okay, well, surprisingly, you guys both overshot, so to speak,
Nice.
by quite a lot. The
Okay,
answer-
okay.
Oh,
Quite a lot. Okay,
by
like quite a lot.
by quite a lot. Okay,
Okay.
one more guess each.
Okay.
Is it going to be like minus a zero?
A minus a what?
A
I'm
zero
gonna say
off of it.
8,746.
8,746. Okay, that's very precise. Okay. Okay.
So I was
versus
just
Hayden.
gonna cut a zero off and just say 3,200.
Okay, and 3,200. So if we're doing closest, then Justin would be closer, with the answer being 6,300 ejaculations.
Oh.
6,300.
Or sessions.
Even.
My bad. Well,
Okay.
give or take, because the fact of the matter, these are the facts. I will let you guys guess the or the time estimates, but on average, semen volume per ejaculation is 2 to 5 2 to 5 mil. So let's say like 3 mil, and 5 U.S. gallons is almost 19,000 mils. So you need 63,000 6,300 sessions. But now it also says it gives you, okay, what if you do it once per day or 3 times per week or once every week? How long would that take? It's
Well,
gonna be
I
hard
think
for you
if
to
you're going
guess.
for it, I think if you're going for it, and you average, let's say 6,300. Let's say you average 3 times a day because you're going to power through this.
Be
I
flat
think
Yeah,
out
because
like
like,
a
let's do it.
lizard drinking.
Let's do it so it's like a race between us three. Like you don't want to
Yeah.
do it once a week. You want to be.
Yeah. That's weird. It's just going to get stinky and take forever. Because if you did it once a week, there's only 52 weeks in a year. That's 52 times a year. 6,300 divided by 52 is you're dead. You know, you're dead in your coffin. So I'm going to say 3 times a day. So for about almost like 6 years. So 5 years, 9 months. That's my guess. If we're doing it 3 times a day. If you can pace that. Whew. But you ain't 18 forever, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, if you utilize cryo freezing, you'd be all good. Do your 3, freeze yourself until the next day. Unfreeze yourself, do your 3.
Yeah.
Hayden, do you have a?
I've got no clue, and I'm not even going to bother trying to do the maths. I'm going to say 7 years, 9 months.
I guess it could really
'Cause-
be any answer we give. You just have to match how many sessions it would take you to do it in that long.
Well, Justin, you said what? You said
3 a
5
day.
years, 9 months, or something like that.
Yeah, for 3 a day.
Based on this calculation, you're pretty much dead
Yeah.
on. It's
Yeah.
5 years, 7.
Can we see who the
5.7.
author of that page is? Is it like down the bottom?
Oh, that's me. I quickly typed up the page.
I've had
Well, wait
this
a minute.
conversation with myself before.
Hold a minute. Wait on a minute. Did you say 0.7?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
you're
Well,
pretty much on the dot there.
Because 0.7 would be 70% in 12 months in a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like that's like
Yeah.
a 3
Yeah,
quarters.
that's pretty close.
Or a third. Yeah. So yeah, once a day would take 17 years. 3 per week would take 40 years, and once per week would take 120 plus years. Like you said, we'd be dead. So honestly, we could do this in our lifetime. It might take longer than, just given our age and everything, but
So-
we could do this.
So the 3 of us at the same time, we could get it done in like a year and a half. Is that what you're saying?
Like, if we all did it 3 times a day, we could do it in
Yeah.
under 2 years.
These are rookie
Challenge
numbers, by the way.
accepted.
You're fucking
What's
kidding me.
that?
Rookie numbers.
Yeah.
No. So you know what? That's actually no, I wouldn't say a lot. I would have assumed it would take a lot longer. My guesses in the original session guesses, I probably would have done 5-digit numbers as well. I was not expecting a 6,300 number. So
No, the real question is, how the hell did we get on this topic?
that was because Hayden talked about a bucket of cum.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Because you
So
spoke
we
of a
naturally
bucket.
had to.
No,
we
no.
naturally had to.
On that
yeah.
note, so let's.
I think we
let's
better
leave
wrap
it
it up.
there.
What
I
better
was
way to end
gonna,
the
I was gonna
episode?
throw in an Australianism there as well because it would have just fit perfectly, but I'll leave it out.
We'll kick it. No, you can sprinkle it
You'd
in.
be,
Oh, is
you'd
it gonna be too
flat
forced
out.
now?
You'd be flat out like a lizard drinking, trying to get those numbers.
Yeah.
No,
There we go. I'll just shut
No, hold
my,
on.
my camera off myself.
That-
I'll let
Flat
my-
out like a lizard drinking.
yeah. Which
that real?
means it
Is
is.
that a Haydenism?
They're
No.
thirsty in Australia, bro.
It
them
just
lizards.
means you're busy. It means you're really busy. I'm flat
How
out
does
like
that
a
mean you're
lizard
busy?
drinking. I don't know. It's the
Oh,
same
'cause
as like saying
Because
we didn't
lizards are
come
busy
here to.
drinking.
It's
Yeah.
like saying we didn't come here to fuck spiders. Like, what the fuck does that mean? But it means we're not here to
Well,
fuck
that one's
around.
obvious. Yeah, it means that that's not what they came there to do.
Yeah, or crazier.
Don't
than
use
that.
them all. Don't use them all. Don't use them all. Don't use them all.
Flat out like a lizard drinking, because you're flat
Flat
out
out.
going so fast, and what's flat
Mhm.
out is a lizard, usually drinking.
Okay, Shao, I know you're wrapping it up, but how long do you think it would take a lizard to drink a bucket of
5-gallon
get the
bucket.
research team going. A 5-gallon bucket.
You've got 1 minute. You've got 1 minute to wrap this entire show
No.
up.
Okay.
Shao,
Oh, man.
take us home. Take us home.
I look forward to the final couple of episodes before we actually, so people know what we're talking about here.
Okay. Well, I yeah. You know,
It's not Fallout parody porn. It's just Fallout the regular show.
Oh my god.
Just to
Oh my God.
clarify.
Okay. We thank you for staying to the end.
Did you make it this far? If you made it
Did you
this
make it this
far,
far?
congratulations.
You're a
Congratulations.
true fan.
Yeah.
Please join us next time when we will probably do more math questions. We will answer Justin's question about the lizard drinking and follow along with Fallout. Any questions, concerns, comments, always can email us at chummythumbs@gmail.com. And you know what? Let's just get into it. Until next time, keep on
Keep on thumbing.
Thumbing.